And this is basically what this matchup is going to do. You take the Grasp of the Undying as Gangplank, you proc it on Faker endlessly every single time that it's up. He's going to summon a barrel right now. So he's not going to end up actually getting the crash. So even though it looks like Akali is having a bit... Okay, Faker stole his oil.
Yeah, but Chovy was still able to pop the next one and jumps on top of him. That's actually the passive, as we'll see whether Chovy is going to be able to go more aggressive. No, it looks like no flashes. Respecting the fact that Faker does have his available. But this lane, as he could, certainly, and is going to head over there, was thinking about backing. Speaking of a back, Chovy is going to teleport right back into this lane as Faker misses that CS. And Chovy's going to miss.
On the teleport, Faker's going to come back to lane and be sitting pretty. And Kana still has his spellbook available, I believe. So everything is just going really bad right now for DRX. You have an Akali that's going even against Gangplank in the mid lane, and this is a byproduct to how Chovy chose to play out the lane. Now Faker drawing a lot of aggro here.
Yep, barrel comes down. They do get the flash out. Yeah, double flashes in here as Pyoshik's going to be able to take down the Akali. Cuz has been exhausted as Carry is chasing after them, but Magical Journey gets them safely into the red buff pit. So 1-1. And very even on gold at this stage, but the...
Previously, in the face of a massive draft deficit, and this one obviously much closer, with the edge going to T1 once the items start going to 4, 5, 6, even though there's a Victor and a Gangplank, things just get really hard as, okay, pick scaling comp, rotate for Herald, see how it works, Cotton.
Yeah, well, Carrier is going to go down very low, eats the Grey Health, flashes away, but in goes Faker. Is able to execute the Tom Kench, but now he's on the wrong side. He's got the Shroud, but already 2 kills have come in as Teddy takes a Magical Journey. Looks for the next one, but Faker steals it away. And T1 find another fantastic team fight in this matchup against DRX. And it started very early in this game.
And it feels like this game is all right, so if we identify the game state as T1 being ahead when their fee has to be accounted for, but here, T1 ends up actually rotating everything. You can see Chovy split, and it just doesn't make any sense. They would have dragged all their members to the top-hand side of the map, and T1 basically say to straighten up, as these champions aren't in a position to teamfight. They never would be at this stage of the game, so really reckless, and T1 are just so far ahead right now.
Control of the bottom lane, and Pyoshik wanting to get over here and take this dragon away. DRX should be able to get some work done here. Faker just making his way back from base right now. But Chovy's going back, very close to having his flashback available as T1 look like they are going to fight for this. Teleport coming in, it's down very low. There's the Tempered Fate, and Pyoshik doesn't have his flash available. He will have to use that ultimate, but the Devour comes in first. Faker now in the backline. The Dragon is stolen away, but this is all about the Akali and what he can do to try and eradicate DRX. Looks like he's not going to go too far forward, and Mountain Soul is coming in.
Against DRX's.
Well, Faker is going to dive on top of Chovy. There's the Cannon Barrage. So, slight advantage here, but Deft will need a Devour here from Carrier. Does get him into his belly, but Carrier relatively low, and Cuz making his way in. Teddy should be taken down here as DRX have turned it bottom side, and now Cuz could be in trouble. There's the stopwatch from Carrier. Deft very low, but Cuz as well takes that auto from the Victor and is in a lot of trouble. Abyssal Voyage, Deft can't get in, and Faker is going to be able to take down the Tom Kench anyway. Actually smart of Deft not to get in there, otherwise that would have been down a few plates on this turret. Sadly for T1 though, Teddy doesn't get any.
Yeah, so it ends up being a 2-for-1 in the end, not the end of the world, but T1 definitely making out ahead as Kana trying to run for his life right now. He's going to make it. He's going to dab on them with the Pengu emote.
Look at that lethality doing work as Chovy and Faker fighting it out. Faker getting that ultimate out of Chovy is a big deal actually, as Chovy's still sitting on all of those oranges. And Faker now having to run for the hills. He does have teleport, but Pyoshik's coming down as well. No Shroud for the next couple of seconds, as he doesn't go for the alcove. Does get the Shuriken backflip though, but there's the snipe. And Michael Jordan in the form of a Jace and Doran is going to be able to take down the Akali.
And that's really unfortunate for T1 because they give DRX over a Mountain Dragon for free, except for the Tahm Kench and then obviously the Trundle. So none of the primary carries are going to be super tanky, at least not until the later stages. We'll get some resistances. And Chovy, you can see he could have kited down. He could have been kiting down that entire time. There was no way that Akali would have been able to kill him. Pillar comes out, Faker flashes away, perhaps not knowing about the Jace. Posturing around for it, they're fighting for vision. Cuz is level 12.5, not sure where Pyoshik is, but he does have level 11, so he does have that rank 2 ultimate available. But T1 with the low ground is exactly where they want to be. Ornn has an upgrade of not electing to use it on anyone.
Yeah, Faker's actually going to be taken down very low here. Goes golden, gravity field is set up, flash comes down as there's the cannon barrage, stopping a lot of this re-engage from T1. Subjugate now on cooldown as DRX are just going to move over and take this outer turret. As Death Rays are flying left, right, and center. Carrier, they're making sure that T1 aren't rotating over to this Drake. And now it looks like 3 members of T1 have been caught out of position. Cuz down to half health as DRX, they claim the low ground. Now it's time for T1 to find a way back in.
Yeah, and you can see Kana, just barely going to miss the Death Ray. He upgraded the Obsidian Cleaver here instead of Teddy's Molten Edge, which is a little bit surprising. They're going to go over the wall. They're going to flip.
Yeah, we're looking for a 50-50 as Faker's right into the back line. Great devour from Carrier and Faker falls. Canna gets exhausted as it is going to be the Mountain Drake lockdown by DRX, and they claim a couple of kills. Abyssal Voyage very aggressively on top of Cuz, who will get licked by Carrier and destroyed. But no, fantastic snare comes through from Effort. I don't know whether it's going to be enough as flashes forward from DRX, and they are not stopping Teddy. In trouble, the flash from Chovy, the Chaos Storm, not enough, and Teddy's going to survive. But the pings are down on the Baron.
The pings are going over to the Baron, and DRX managed to win a Mountain Dragon that I don't think anyone probably would have suspected them to win if you just rewinded the tape by like 45 seconds. T1 were in such a good position, but now they're the ones that got out-muscled. Teleports coming in to try to do something, but this should be the Baron.
Faker's gonna dive on in, and oh my god, Faker steals the Baron, he's turned it immediately, takes down the jungler as well. Carrier, no options. This is an uber throw out of DRX, but a fantastic capitalization by T1. They ace Dragon X in the Baron pit, and now the game might just be over.
The game might indeed be over, Atlas, as they have a mid doesn't end up getting Teddy. And that changes everything because Helios is here in this Baron fight. Faker gets in. And then really good play. Be able to go over and take the red buff away as well. The Jace or the Gangplank as Kana's caught out.
Yeah, gonna be able to get the knock up there as Deft gets to Valid, gets spat out again. Good knock up there from Carrier's. Deft has to flash to get himself out of the way. Faker immediately exhausted, dives onto Deft, who's already dead actually. Defelios takes him down as Chovy, the last real man standing who can do any damage, but Doran is going to be there. Effort chasing after Carrier now. They're just going to give up their Tahm Kench as Doran moves on back. A minute and a half until that Mountain Drake is available. And Chovy should be able to get the back off here. No, not able to. As he's hit by the Forge Fire Cape. Effort turns up, doesn't land the Cosmic Binding. As Chovy trying to do the impossible, takes a magical journey, wants to take down the Bard. But he's just gone back and forth through this journey. Can he actually take him down here, though, is the question. He's going to get that lifeline. A lot of extra lifesteal now available for this Gangplank, who's going to get knocked up. And there is the boop with the Brittle.
A foreseeable universe as
Damn, Chovy is so close to level 18 as T1. They've decided that fighting for a Mountain Drake, not necessarily all that much of a big deal, but DRX are getting in here. Tempered Fate comes down. Single knockup from Canna isn't the best as Chovy's in this Drake pit. Goes golden with his stopwatch, but he's still in danger and will be taken out as Cuz locks down the Mountain Soul. And T1 are staring down a game 1 win. Faker diving into the back line. And now Doran trying to run, but he's not going to be able to. 5 members of T1 just launching after him. He buys a small amount of time, but it's a double kill for Faker. A 10,000 gold lead and a game 1 win for T1.
And I think that even though there was some shakiness, they almost actually threw the game away. But they managed to remain steadfast. They brought it back. Yeah.
But these are the Nexus turrets falling down. T1, game 1 in this best of 5. Pretty comfortably.
They got it.